Welcome back, folks, to Pokemon Hot Gold here on the heavybass channel. Last time we rambled our way to Cherrygrove City, and as soon as we leave Cherrygrove City, the old man that gave us the running shoes forgets that he had extra things. So we have a map card into the Pokégear. This is the same map that he gives to us in the originals. So this is basically, we're in the region. There are two regions in this game. We're in Johto, but the surprise is that we go back to Kanto at some point. Mostly because we have Kanto and Johto Pokemon here. Like this Canopy here, for instance. It's a level 3 Canopy, but it is a Canopy. I'm going to be leveling up a little bit more further because I want us to get to level 9 because Cyndaquil's safe numbers is at level 9, and we do want to get through the early game part of the game better, but we do mostly because Cyndaquil will be with us for a bit, and he's going to be tanking a core member of the team, but the supporting members do not. Go inside this house here, we talk to this guy here, and basically, he gets mistaken for Mr. Pokémon's house, but normally, you didn't mean to visit my house, right? How kind of you. Do you have any apricorns? Yes, it's not apricorns, it's apricorns. It's a weird thing of saying, but apricorns are basically the means of creating Pokeballs. But since we don't normally get to carry them, we don't have the means to carry them in this game. So he gives us the apricorn box. The apricorn box will allow us to store apricorns that we find all over the place. Gen 2 has some very unique ball combinations, say like lure balls, heavy balls, fast balls, the ball that didn't work in the original game, which is the moon ball, because it was programmed for moon and it didn't even do that. One of them didn't work. So he comments about us wearing the running shoes, but we're like flying to think. But beware of wild Pokemon because they'll get to us quicker. The noise will attract them further. That is true. Let's just take a look at the example here. Here is an antidote, which is a thing for curing poisons. We can't go further up because that's a Pokemon battle, and basically we're on a task. But once we get the journey proper started, we'll be heading up to past those trainers. For now, though, we're gonna try and level up our Cyndaquil a bit more. Yeah, because we have Pidgeys and all that stuff. I'm gonna try and find some more. If the Pokemon's not gonna be able to kill us further, which is kind of really important here. Like I said, it's kind of essential that that we have to level up our Pidgey. So we need to get our Pidgey up at level 9. It will be a little bit. It would take us a while to get us to level 10, because we get Cyndaquil. That's when we get our hands on Ember, which is of course one of Cyndaquil's top moves, which allows us to use same type bonus, which has been called Stab for many years. Stab is basically just an enhanced move, allowing us to hit hard. It's quite really important because in battling terms, extra attack power does a long way when it comes to damage. Of course, we have the competitive scene to thank for that. Became more than just that. Pokemon has endured many trials. In Gen 2, as you prove to be wonderful, you get to enjoy things of wonderment. Through Gen 3 and all that stuff, you get to have to endure high school. And Gen 4, universities is what I went when I played Diamond Pearl for the first time. And never played Diamond Pearl ever again after that. Because whilst the game's supposedly easy, it never is. It just... The ride's usually never fun, I will say. The ride is never fun. Yeah, when we get to that point, pretty much level 4s are going to be probably your best bet. Definitively, we'll definitely be saying the best bet. Oh, and if you're probably wondering if the sound was a bit suspect to the whole thing, this was me on the new computer, and then I discovered a flaw with the new computer, which was which was me discovering the flaws of the recording method I've been using for a while, which is probably the reason why it's been so wild, is that can't do more than 2 minute recordings, otherwise the sound desyncs. Anyway, we're inside this one, and this is Mr. Pokémon, and he will give us a Pokéegg, and he will give us an egg in the process. He gives us the mystery egg, which we'll want to keep an eye on this one, because the mystery egg is going to be an item that we will be solving immediately. Not only that, we're solving immediately, but we are going to be getting a team player, since I mentioned in the last episode. We are going to be combining. We're going to be combining what I think. We're going to be combining Pokemon, the Gold manga team, what essentially is some Pokemon that I feel are Johto exclusive. So, an interesting set, per se. Anyway, here's Professor Oak. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher. So you're Ethan. I was just visiting my friend Mr. Pokémon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? See, must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Either receive the Pokédex from Professor Oak. The Pokédex is the key essential. Now, Gen 4 immediately started to shift, because for the first 3 gens, it's been Pokemon have been caught in order for that. But Game Freak been realizing for a while that complaints have been for a while. So, whilst we get Professor Oak's number in the Pokégear, which allows us to contact him at any time, like so, we're going to save here, because this is pretty much where we're going to end the episode off. We have a Pokégear, we have a Pokédex, we have really important stuff to continue, and that's going to be the end of that for now. So, see you all next time, folks. We have to head back to New Barktown in order for us to give the mystery egg to Professor Elm. See you guys next time. Bye for now.